Hello, Johnny, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello? L-
Liver Charlie.
Leave a Let's see if I can hear in the in the YouTube.
Check, check. Liver Charlie.
See, you're not Lima Charlie.
I'm no Lima Charlie. Why am I no Lima Charlie?
Try now.
Hello, Johnny. Hello. Check. Check. Hello, Johnny.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
yeah.
Am I on? Am I on 200% on Discord? Turn me down if I am.
Okay. Uh, yeah, you are.
Yeah. Turn me down.
Give you.
Turn me to like 150. We'll see how everybody
Yeah,
thinks.
give you 150.
Yeah. Let me know how I'm at, guys. Let me.
Mhm.
We'll see how everybody. All right. I'm listening to myself there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Chad Lang, James, Lauren, Letty, Jeremy, Luke. Oh yes, thanks, Lauren. Yes, remember the selection of November.
Still ongoing, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, my biggest concern is thanks,
Mhm.
James. They if they install pervert B, if they install pedophile B has promised to really ratchet up
The Corona hoax,
the
right?
corona
Yeah,
outrages.
that's true.
Pedophile B as opposed to
But
pedophile A.
but
Pedophile A made the corona outrages possible. Now pedophile B will step in and really ram them where we
uh,
don't want them.
the thing I don't like about pedophile A is he puts Christians to sleep right easily than pedophile B.
Sure.
I think.
Well, and that's what we've been saying. Uh, we've been saying, I've been saying this for a while now. When you have the reptilicans in office, you go to sleep and you just sort of skip to perdition. When the demon rats are in office, you run at a breakneck pace into perdition. But when the reptilicans are in office, because you're asleep, they can pull off unbelievable criminal false flags like
Hmm.
9/11 and the corona hoax.
Yes, yes. Hmm.
Lauren says she's not asleep. It puts reptilicans
Uh,
uh, put
but
pretend Christians to sleep, she says.
like you said, the fat and lazy body of Christ, right? Yeah, very
Yeah,
eager
it's a good
to
example.
go to
Yeah,
sleep. Yeah.
yeah. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting. All of the border states are thoroughly, supposedly, according to these calculations here, the border says, how is Virginia? How is Virgin, yeah,
Virgin, right?
in for Biden? The cities. Interesting how. So when you have illegal aliens voting 3, 4, 5 times, yeah, you're going to get a lot of votes for pedophile B.
Right. That's. How about your Commonwealth or Pennsylvania is still counting until
It's schizophrenic.
next?
They're
Yeah.
schizophrenic. They don't know what. They don't know who do they want.
Yeah. Do you think? I don't know. Do you think they're really counting these like they can choose whatever they want, right? I don't know who, um, Cardinal
Yeah,
Dola or whatever, who or the
Colonel
Pope.
Colonel Potter already sent out an email that I have been thinking for the past several days.
Hmm.
The purpose for doing this. Oh, here he is, Hawkeye. The
Okay.
purpose for doing this is to piss off as many uh, citizens as possible.
Mm.
So no matter who is proclaimed as selected, a large portion of the populace will be pissed off and encouraged to whatever, riot or whatever.
Mm. Yeah.
Actually, the better rioting will come from the pedophile B crowd.
Oh
The
yes.
pedophile B crowd, if especially as he is supposedly closer to the selection than pedophile D. We've got the Trump pedophile and we've got the Biden pedophile.
PSD. Okay.
Pedophile D and pedophile B. So if really what they really need to do is to have pedophile D, the Trump team, win, and that way they will maximize the chaos. They will maximize the type of people who are most likely to be assholes when they realize that they've been punked.
Right.
That
Yeah.
would be the pedophile B crowd.
I see. Yeah. Hmm. So yeah, whatever it goes.
Whatever happens,
Whatever
whoever is
happens.
selected,
Yeah.
whoever is selected, there will be maximum chaos. Right, Hawkeye?
Hey, you guys, good to hear your voices.
Hey, Hawk. Yeah.
I got
How's,
you.
how's my audio? Audio okay?
Check test in the chat. Let us know how Hawkeye, Doc, and myself are coming in.
Lima
Now
Charlie.
remember, 5x5 means we're both clear and not too loud, not too soft.
How about Lima Charlie means we're.
Lima Charlie means George is here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lauren.
Well, all right. So
Where is George?
I don't know.
George. Come on,
Jeremy
brother.
and Lauren say we're all 5x5, which is good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys. Okay, so I missed what's been going on, but are we still swinging in limbo here?
Yeah, we're swinging all right.
Yes.
We're swinging. Other people need to be swinging now.
Be hanging, right? Not swinging.
Oh my goodness! So, Luke, which Archbishop Mary are you talking about? Carlo Maria Vigano wrote another letter. He'd be a letter writing fool right now.
This guy, yeah.
Jeremy, I wish my brother Eric were here. Well, he'll be here. He's busy, man. He's got a lot going on. George is George.
Yeah, is Meg in the house too?
I don't know. Let me check. I don't see him. He's always welcome, and thanks to Discord, he can pop in whenever he wants to. Same with Zach. I've invited my friend Mark, my friend and benefactor, to get into Discord. He says, I don't know, John. I'm almost as bad as George. I said, no, that's quite impossible. That's quite. Nobody as bad as George with technical stuff, technology.
Yeah,
But
his audio's been sounding pretty good though too. At the same time,
what George? The last time he was in,
I think I don't know about that, but the last time
don't jinx us. That means the next time he's gonna wait until mid sentence, Johnny. George, I'm in the middle of a freaking sentence for crying out loud. Oh, Gateway Pundit is promoting Carlo Mary Vigano's second letter. What a surprise. What a surprise. Gateway Pundit Luke says, is Gateway to Rome Pundit. Pontifex Pundit. Pontifex Pundit. What a surprise. A staple of Conservatardia, Pontifex Pundit.
Writing more letters than Poe. So,
Carlo Mary is writing more letters than. Did you say writing more letters than Poe?
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And,
All right, so unless you guys got more on the selection stupidity, let's just do a review. Remember the 5th of November. So the gunpowder plot. Let's go big picture. When the kids want to walk into the street and protest, and they want to put on a mask that isn't a COVIDiot nappy, what mask do they put on? They put on a Guy Fawkes mask. Where did that come from? Who is this Guy Fawkes?
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Who is
Fawkes.
this guy for?
Well,
Guido.
yeah, Guy. That always reminds me of
Guy Ritchie.
back when the Falkland Islands in the 80s and the British were warring with Argentina. You always get the latest from the streets. My Italian brothers in New York City. Hey, what's going on? Hey, they're down there in the fucking islands. They're shooting everything up down there in the fucking islands. No, Falkland. That's what I said. The fucking islands. Oh, never mind. So,
Who's this Guy Fawkes? Yeah.
who is this Guy Fawkes?
Who is this guy?
Occupy Wall Street. So how much is opposition controlled? If you want to fight the machine, which is a Jesuit machine, you put on the mask of a Jesuit assassin.
Yes.
How did this even happen? How did this even occur? When you want to fight the Jesuit machine, you put on a mask of a Jesuit assassin.
The movie, right? The V for Vendetta helped.
Yeah, but the
Was
The brothers now sisters?
Sisters, yeah. Sisters Wachowski.
the Wachowski sisters,
Mhm.
formerly known as Wachowski brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting enough, remember the film. So 2006 release year and the date being March 17th, which would have been Saint Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's, one of the crosses, I guess it'd be the vertical crosses on the UK, the Union Jack flag. Part of I think this is in part, I know we don't necessarily discuss this a lot, but the mark of Cain, the 8-pointed star, that back to the F. Prasasti draws attention to it as well. Marduk, which was bestowed upon Anu's name, Anu's signature, which shows up in Canada and many U.S. Supreme Court buildings and other places. I think the fasci is a part of the representation of the symbol. Not to derail us, but there you go.
Hawk, you've also got good info on this whole viral scamdemic, plandemic aspect to V for Vendetta and the Mary virus in the movie.
Yeah, St. Mary's. Okay, St. Mary's virus. There's a unique. Okay, let's revisit that in a few minutes. You want to keep going with because I got to look a couple of things up for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So do you want to jump back to back to Guy Fawkes? Okay, the consciousness. I've never heard of Guy Fawkes until V for Vendetta. I'm sure that's common for most of us. Now we're conscious of this figure. We, just as you're saying, if you want to protest against the quote unquote machine, what do you do? And now you have, it's been 14 years of Guy Fawkes being the symbol of standing up against, like whether it's independent thought or representing independent thought, how to stand apart from the crowd. Back even to the food, we get into health and so on. For the food industry, you have and activism, you have the group of Anonymous for the Voiceless that uses the Guy Fawkes mask. I don't know enough about Anonymous for the Voiceless, only apart from one of the founders, Paul Bashir. I believe he's Australian. I could be wrong on that. All I've found is he says in an interview, he was raised Christian. At the same time, you can see, that's all I know so far. But when you have a group that stands up for veganism and for animal rights, and of course, you've discussed previously about how satanic the system is, food industry, how treatment of animals. We don't.
It's the same paradigm as the same paradigm, yeah. Hawkeye. They have one evil that has been ruling for millennia, and then they allow you to protest the evil with their controlled opposition protest. Oh, you want to protest how despicable and satanic the meat industry is? We will show you how. You'll use our template. You'll use our people. Same
And
every time.
Yes.
Elections. We have we had that ridiculous senatorial election in Chicago years ago, right before that other selection. We were given a choice. You could have the far left, Jesuit trained, Jesuit mentored community organizer, Barack Hussein Obama, raised in CIA sex trauma mind control. Or you can vote for a very sane sounding, good sounding, right minded, devout Roman Catholic, Alan Keyes, who doesn't have a prayer. You have the far left steamroller, and you have the token devout Roman Catholic resistance, who was going to get crushed. It's the same pattern again and again.
Right. So here, this year we have the far left Roman Catholic, right, even Jesuit trained, right, Biden, and then
And the phony right. It's exactly the
Phony
same
right,
pattern. You've got the far left devout Roman Catholic versus the phony clown on the right, who has no substance.
right.
And whether he gets steamrolled or not doesn't matter. Is he substance-less? Oh, look at Reagan. The amount of harm that Reagan put his name to. The setting is really, he set up 9/11. The inversely named Firearm Owners Protection Act, which destroyed what was left of the Second Amendment. He also signed his name to the
vaccine injury.
Right. Child vaccine, the inversely named child vaccine injury, which gave carte blanche to the billion-dollar industry to maim and kill. And on the rare occasion that someone who has been destroyed by a vaccine sues, the American taxpayer foots the bill. Ronald Wilson Reagan signed that. And when both instances, those pieces of legislation were written by pieces of shit and handed to him by far left devout Roman Catholic Thomas P. Tip O'Neill. That's because he was always on the verge of tipping over. He was so drunk. A far left demon rat Congress served up these outrages. A massive number of illegals were legalized by the O'Neill Congress. Reagan signed that. Absolute psyop that he has rewritten as some sort of phenomenal patriot.
Yeah. Right.
So,
And then, of course, the diplomatic relations being reestablished
oh, great. Yes,
in
absolutely.
1984 with Bill
1984. Yep.
Billy Graham.
1984 reestablished. And now, first of all, big picture. Let's remind people. So the big picture on the gunpowder plot is that Protestant King James was at risk from the Jesuits. Now, these are the assassins who would use like a poison ice needle in an air compression gun to kill one person, and you'd never know it. Now all of a sudden they're going to load the House of Lords. Is that a Bugs Bunny cartoon or an assassination plot? You're going to load the House of Lords with gunpowder.
Yeah.
Who's going to set it off? Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah. That's.
Tell me that was actually meant to occur, or that was, and thanks to Frederick Tupper Saucy, blown cover as cover. Mm-hmm. Which means that they did poor Guido Fawkes dirty. Hey, buddy, you stay here and guard this door, okay? Wait for us. We'll be here in a minute. We'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Back comes a bunch of screaming Britons with torches and pitchforks. They gave God. They gave. This is why they gave Guido Fawkes the Kennedy treatment. They gave Guido Fawkes the Kennedy treatment. They did one of their own dirty. But don't worry, they immortalized him later. I'm sure he appreciates that.
Yes. Yeah.
So everyone who works for the great whore, keep that in mind, please. They will do you dirty at the drop of a hat. They will do you dirty because it's funny to them. They will do you dirty because it's expedient to them. It fits their plan. They gave him the Lee Oswald treatment, the John F. Kennedy treatment, all their own that they did dirty to.
So, I don't remember, but that's Tupper Sauce also in his book. He shows this view as well, or not? He's as intervention.
Yeah. I would say this was the first place that I saw.
I think that's the only place. I think the other books that I read about
I would say so. Who even talks about the gunpowder plot?
Yes.
Nobody even talks about the gunpowder plot, first of all. Second of all, if they do, they don't mention it as blown cover is cover.
Mm-hmm.
So, to his credit.
They paint as God intervening right at that moment and saving the
Absolutely, God intervened. And then you see that article, Hawkeye, that Colonel Potter sent out of the ultimate rewrite. Those poor Jesuits were framed by circumstantial evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget not to cut you off, but don't forget that James was a fraud himself. James was a fraud himself that beat down the best Protestants of his age, the Puritans. Same thing with Elizabeth. James and Elizabeth happily put Protestants to the stake. James and Elizabeth, the Protestant sovereigns, happily put Protestants who were too Protestant to the stake. Mm-hmm. Frauds. They were Protestant because it was a wave at that time of popular sentiment.
Yes. But even the superior general of the Jesuits, right, took the fault, right? I think his name is Henry Garnet. He was the superior
No, that
general.
was the provincial. He was not the superior general. That was the provincial.
Superior general of England. He was the provincial of England.
The provincial.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yes.
Yeah. They sacrificed a knight or a bishop on the chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who wasn't there a specifically? This is where I get the names. I don't have all the names down for because this is obviously it's a very important. We've discussed this multiple times. I don't think we fully strained it, but one of the advisors or a cardinal to James the First. I don't remember the name, but it was the actual guy that gave up Guido Fawkes and the plot. Does that sound familiar? Do we have a name for that?
Remember
because
it doesn't come to mind.
I think in part because we've briefly discussed that the gunpowder plot, so 1605, November 5th, actually paved the way for the bolstering of what would become the publishing of the 1611 King James Bible, right?
Monteagle. Look up the name Monteagle. M-O-N-T Eagle. Monteagle is supposedly the one that alerted the government. I don't know who that is.
But at the same time, just as the film, though, back to V for Vendetta, what we were constantly were reminded that ideas, like the powerful messages, absolutely, again, power of cinema, ideas are bulletproof. And then, within 4 or 5 years, we get Inception, and the idea presented with the idea that we don't fully aren't aware of where, say, even dreams begin, or how ideas come into our consciousness, where they begin and where they end. But the fact that we are carrying them, but you have this back to this ideas are bulletproof. So it doesn't matter if it's a symbol or a man who bears an idea dies. the idea carries on, and of course the symbolism. Thus, you have this immortalized mask, and has this mask, what's the word? Not transmogrified, but transformed into the Joker mask, and then into the nappy that people now wear, right?
Johnny's video game, they have he awarded a mask there.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Yeah, released October 4th. That's a great point you mentioned too.
Yeah. Where mask wearing and throughout the survivors there in the game and people being executed. All right. Apparently, Monteagle was a friggin' title.
Yeah. His name is William Parker. Yeah.
Parker. I got Robert Cecil.
Says William Parker is the fourth
William
Baron,
Parker.
fourth
Okay.
Baron Monteagle. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. William Parker Monteagle.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, how about this? From the can I read a brief portion?
Well,
of the preface?
are we helping you?
Yeah,
We're giving you names. Are we helping you? Is this jogging your memory, or you have no idea?
No, it's not. I am.
You're pulling a George. You make us run around like idiots looking up your information, and when you don't hear it, you just pretend that you didn't hear us talking. Nice. Nice.
Practicing selective hearing. Fantastic.
All right, go ahead. Go. Pull your George. Yank us in a new direction.
Hey, but at the same time, we're still a big picture election.
You're Lima Charlie.
Remember. Today, November 5th. So, from the preface of F. Tupper Saucy's Rulers of Evil, you have the only people in the world, it seems, who believe in the conspiracy theory of history are those of us who have studied it. While Franklin D. Roosevelt might have exaggerated when he said, "Nothing happens in politics by accident. If it happens, it was planned that way." Carol Quigley, Bill Clinton's favorite professor at Georgetown University, boldly admitted in his Tragedy and Hope that the multitudes were already under the control of a small but powerful group bent on world domination, and Quigley himself was a part of that group. Jumping ahead, F. Tupper Saucy's thesis: there is indeed a small group that runs the world, but we can't call it a conspiracy because it identifies itself with signs, mottos, and monuments. Signs, mottos, and monuments, you ask? Quick, what occupies the highest point on the U.S. Capitol building? It's probably the most off-published statue on Earth, and you can't name it? As long as you don't know whose feet are firmly planted atop your country's legislative center, or how she got there, or when she came, the group that controls America remains invisible. Once you know these things, the fog begins lifting. End quote.
Yes.
Anyway, Rulers of Evil, essential reading, required reading, I think, and just like Sun Tzu's Art of War, which he cites, and where we get the blown cover as cover, which we're talking about at the moment, discussing Guido Fawkes. On Guido Fawkes Day, and so where are we at with the U.S. election? It's in limbo, and Trump being a lightning rod, polarizing people. Am I still coming in okay?
Yes.
Limit Charlie.
Of course, there are, and then this paradigm of who stand it wasn't too long ago, and I saw on social media, Christians were like, it made emotional when Donald Trump pointed to the sky. I don't know where he was, what rally, pointed to the sky and even drops the Jesus Christ name and calls him the boss. I don't know if that, I only saw that once, the soundbite. I don't know a lot about it, but it made a lot of people emotional. And of course, winning over a certain amount of so-called born-again Christians, and probably other religious
if those morons only knew that this is a guy that regularly has sex with his own daughter.
Right. Yeah.
But then somebody can come to us though and say, "How can you prove that?" Like,
sure. Go on the internet. Go on Google and look up Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, inappropriate, and you'll see plenty of evidence. Do you want me to come up with the porno videos No, I don't have the actual. I'm sure Jesuits have those videos. I don't have the actual videos of. I don't really think I want those videos.
No.
It's bad enough. And look, I don't want anything that might remotely show Donald Trump naked. I don't want anything remotely close to Donald Trump naked anyway. No less him having sex with his own daughter.
Yeah.
That's just that's courtroom evidence and nothing more. And I would be very careful about who I subjected in the courtroom to that.
And I think in your third book, Eaters of Children, the Podokers Exposed, it's in the message in the title, how access to power is granted to the rape, torture, and ritualistic slaughter of the innocent. Nobody, and it's been acknowledged before, you don't get to that position of power by accident and without proving or pledging fealty to the system. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so here's the contrast. You've got the phony conservatard reptilian on the phony right, who's having. Well, all right, here let me clarify. Almost certainly has had seduced and having sex with his daughter, clearly seduced at a young age. Go back and look at how young she is, and he's still groping her, taking pictures with her on his lap in front of a statue of two parrots fucking. Look that one up.
Yeah, that one is creepy.
Or on the other side, you have on the far left, communist Catholic, who, thanks to the Hunter Biden information and PSYOP, we now question, did he rape and abuse his son? Certainly Joe doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would violate his own son, does he? I mean, he's nothing but a perfect gentleman around women and children.
And he has another son, like Bo, that died of cancer.
Well, what we've been told is he died of a brain tumor, which is rather unusual.
Brain tumor.
And Biden also lost. I can't remember the story, but it was back in like 1972. There was another death. A young child, like a George Bush Sr. lost a child
George Bush Sr. lost a 3-year-old toddler girl supposedly to leukemia. That's right. Hang on, let me get the details. Was it a car accident? Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, car accident kills Biden's wife and infant daughter. Are you kidding me? A 1972 car accident kills Biden's wife and infant daughter.
Wow.
What? Yeah, that was absolutely part of his training. Mark, love you, brother. See, this is why it would be great if I could get you in the Discord.
Yeah, and Pauline Robinson, Robin Bush, she died in the age of 3.
Yeah, weird how that happens, especially when you got Kathy O'Brien saying that George Herbert Walker Bush had a thing for toddlers.
Yeah, I remember.
Weird how that happens. I mean, look, listen, toddlers being killed by leukemia happens every day, doesn't it?
Yes.
Toddlers being killed by leukemia. I mean, that's good grief. That's a pandemic in and of itself.
And the death. Sorry, I'm seeing the death day being October 11th. Interesting. You have Aleister Crowley's birthday being, which is also known as Crowley Mass, on October 12th. So
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm serious.
Shut the front door. Shut the front door. His daughter dies the day before Crowley's birthday. What a coincidence! And he's married to Crowley's daughter.
But at the same time, what time? Remember, we have this time, the time zone discrepancy.
Probably the
right?
same day. You want to?
Yeah.
There's time issues there. We'll call it the same day.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
the front door. Let me check. 12 October 1875. Shut the front door. What a coincidence.
12 October.
Tw-
October 12, you say?
That's Crowley's birthday.
Pauline Robin Bush died on October 11, 1953.
Welcome to the party, pal. Have you not been listening to your brother over there? He's been saying
Oh,
that
that's
for the
what I
past
say.
5
Okay.
minutes.
I was looking into.
Maybe if he was speaking Portuguese, you would have heard him.
Because I think there is another.
Your brother already made this phenomenal connection for us.
There is another car crash. I think the mother of Pauline died in a car crash. I was reading. Yeah, Barbara's mother was killed in a car accident.
Get out. Hold on.
Sorry, I was.
Barbara. Okay, you were researching. That's fine. Barbara Bush.
Yeah.
Mother. Car crash. Barbara Bush, as you would say. Laura Bush. Now, when you type in Barbara Bush mother car crash, it comes in with Laura Bush's car accident
Laura.
on Google.
See. So, George H.W. Bush lived in various places with his wife Barbara and their son. Pauline Robinson Pierce, Barbara's mother, was killed in a car accident, which also injured her father Marvin.
What a coincidence.
Do you know shares the same? This was part of one of my replies to your email, which I haven't sent yet. But October 12th, we also have birthdays. Dick Gregory, you have Hugh Jackman, you have Kirk.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hang on just one second, Hawkeye.
Go ahead.
I was not understanding what you were saying. Which mother are you talking about?
Yeah, that's some. I was trying to see which Barbara is that.
Because supposedly the mother of Pauline Robinson Bush is this Barbara Pierce.
So it's another. Yeah, so it's not Barbara Bush, or it's Barbara Pierce.
Barbara Bush is her mother?
Yes, yeah, Barbara's mother, right? So it's Pauline's grandmother.
Okay. I'm sorry, Hawkeye. I wanted to make sure we were clear on this.
Yeah. It's confusing.
Pauline, yes. The original, how about that? The original Pauline Robinson, who is the namesake of the toddler who died, the original Pauline Robinson also died an early tragic death. Is that what we're saying here? I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Pauline Robinson Pierce, right? Barbara's mother. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're correct. So she gave the child name the same as her grandmother, right? Pauline Robinson Pierce.
That would apparently be the case.
Yes. September 23, which is yeah, significant.
Hang on.
It's close
What
to-
comes up is Marvin Pierce from Sharpsville, Pennsylvania.
Marvin Pierce. He was the father of the First Lady Barbara Pierce Bush. Yeah.
Hang on. Let's see here. Where is this? Where is her death? 1918. Hang on a second. She was 31 years old at her death.
Car accident, right? Pauline.
I see it now.
Yeah.
September 1949 automobile accident.
Yeah, September 20.
And Marvin was the driver. Hit a tree.
Ah, okay. Her husband, Marvin.
Her husband was the driver. He survived.
Mm-hmm.
She's dead.
Yes.
Fell on a knife 14 times.
Does that sound like the plot to Chappaquiddick or?
Oh my
something
goodness.
similar?
What creepy, what a creepy satanic tree. There's a tree, all right. A creepy satanic tree. Family tree.
The Tree of Woe. Yeah.
Hawkeye, what a phenomenal freaking find. What a phenomenal find on that little girl's death being on freaking Aleister Crowley's birth. What a phenomenal find.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course you have the same actor pop stars similar birthdays, but one birthday that caught my attention, actually I think I noted it in my blog a couple months back, was Dr. Lee. Let me look up my doctor. So whistleblower Dr. Lee Wenliang, who was a member of the Communist Party of China, as per his wiki page, sent a message to medical school alumni group on December 30th, which is Tiger Woods and LeBron James' birthdays, and Al Smith as well, warning that 7 patients had been quarantined in Wuhan Central Hospital after coming down with a respiratory illness that seemed like the SARS coronavirus. ... So this doctor, this whistleblower, shares the same birthday as Crowley as well, October 12th. If that means anything.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And who was it? It was Jerry, my wonderful pal Jerry over there in Ireland, who told me that
Yes.
Bob Pedophile Hope was the handler for Tiger Woods. And I looked up and found the Tiger Woods toddler video.
Did you catch that clip? It opens with the date of October 6, 1978. And remember, October 6 was the now death date anniversary of Eddie Van Halen, which is the death date anniversary of William Tyndale, and also the birthday of Matteo Ricci, S.J., whom is immortalized in China. Yeah. Anyway, it's just interesting. Very interesting.
That's fantastic. And doesn't Tiger Woods have an Asian mother?
Tiger Woods. I'm playing his
Isn't
video.
that why that group has named him Tiger?
I'm playing his video on Bob Hope. I'll check.
Play that.
Yeah.
His mother is. Hang on.
Are you looking up?
She's Thai.
Okay.
She's Thai.
Thai.
She's mixed of Thai, Chinese, and Dutch ancestry. So you have even just back to remember Eddie Van Halen being spared the castrato treatment?
Huh. Yeah, he's got mixed. His mother's from Thailand, and his father's black.
Clotilda Woods, his mother. Clotilda Woods.
Clotilda Punsawad. Clotilda Punsawad is her maiden name.
Yes. Clotilda Punsawad, yeah.
And this was because Earl was in the military.
It's just like Tebow. You got Tebow. What's his name?
Tim Tebow being born in the Philippines because his parents were Baptist missionaries.
Yes. Tim Tebow.
Yeah, so we're supposed to believe that Earl had his little boy immersed in golf because he was imitating him as he was playing golf.
Okay.
Sure.
Tiger.
Wow. All right. What else?
What else?
Well, back to the gunpowder plot. We have so V for Vendetta actually takes place in 2027 after the pandemic known as the Saint Mary's virus.
Oh yes.
And
Oh, good find. Doc is still.
And
I'm watching him via the delay.
no, it's good. Yeah, where is? I'm just gonna look what stock stream. What stock? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Doc.
Sure, no problem.
God, you look that stuff up. What? Let me see if I can find.
St. Mary's virus. What is?
No, I'm.
Are you?
What was Earl's
Or Woods?
job? He's an officer. He at
Infantry officer.
Special Forces Colonel. Are you kidding me?
Devout Baptist.
Yeah.
See.
What did he do?
Vietnam.
Oh, all right. So you say Special Forces Colonel. You think this guy was in the shit, right?
Yes.
Nope. An instructor.
Okay.
An instructor in military science and tactics at ROTC, City College, New York. Wait a minute. No, it does. He supposedly served 2 combat tours in Vietnam, and that's all it says.
Yes.
What? 2 combat tours in Vietnam, and that's all it says?
Second, as an elite, special force.
How am I having to look this up? Would this not be common anytime somebody spoke about the great Tiger Woods, unless they were trying to bury this connection?
Yeah, I never heard about it.
What were his combaters? All right, so right here and now, clearly. Hey, Earl, let's give your son some special training. We're going to make him really, really good at golf. He might shit himself with a bunch of porn queens, but he'll be the best ever at golf.
Yes.
Wow, this is why I have to take notes to my own streams, you guys, because of you.
Look at his medals. Does he have any? Yeah.
That's a good point. That's an interesting point. Wow, that picture is when he is a colonel and he's got no fruit salad. A special forces colonel with 2 combat tours, supposedly, and he's got no scare me badges. Oh, wow. 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 Fantastic information. Now I got to write notes when I'm done the stream. I still got work to do when I'm done the stream.
Do you think we have to change the thumb or?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the thumb.
No.
You like the? Yeah,
Do you like it the way it is? Yeah, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, all we need is something to grab people with.
Yeah.
And as I said in my email, It usually is not very fortuitous for me to guess the topics beforehand
Hmm.
because we will go far afield as we usually do.
Yes, usually is the case.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Alex, it's all connected. Video games, Amazon, pornography. It's all connected. Hawkeye, did you find what you were looking for?
No, but that doesn't take away from. I was going back, okay, to the thumbnail with the center with the Guy Fawkes visage.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no,
We'll talk about.
go ahead, Hawk. Later I'll talk.
So there's two points in so I there's the scene of the dominoes, which is fascinating because apparently 22,000 dominoes were used in this scene where V sets up this, I don't know what you call it, but eventually tips over the first one, representing a series of events, and then so 22,000 of these dominoes fall, and they all come to rest on this one last domino that remains standing. Okay, and then you see when it doesn't fall. You see his subtle head tilt, and then he goes and picks it up. Okay, and examines it. Then the scene's cut. What's interesting is that domino shows up later when it's after he almost succumbs to death after a series of gunshots when he takes on McCready and the henchmen, and but leaves it up to Evie to pull the lever to start the train to go blow up the Parliament buildings. Okay. What's interesting about, so you have the name of Evie. I think it's symbolic, meaning everyone, which is in part back to the St. Mary's virus. And what is a virus? What's the coronavirus and so on? Is there an external tormentor floating around that knows its bounds at 6 feet or 2 meters, depending on if you're metric or imperial, and it stops short.
When you go to a restaurant, it knows when you sit down at the table not to attack you, so that you can eat your food. It knows when you go to the gym, it can attack you as you walk in the door. But if you start to exercise in a gym that allows you to exercise without your COVID nappy on, it knows it's very well behaved. The corona hoax is.
Yeah, and then it leads to this event near the end of the film, which if you don't catch it, of course, the film can be inspiring, but for the wrong reason. But you have to understand the film is a big picture, and of course, the power of cinema. We understand it's indoctrination, but why or how? But when you arrive at the end where you have this flood of thousands upon thousands of people wearing a Guy Fawkes visage mask, right? You have it happens very quickly where you have, when the masks come off, when the Parliament buildings blow up, you have every character who's been killed throughout the film reveal themselves behind a Guy Fawkes mask. Okay? And what does this mean? It can be debated, but at the same time, for me, it takes us back that us, the viewer, we go through this indoctrination process just as Evie, who represents everyone. Remember, she is captured and tortured and lied to by V, but we don't know this, and she doesn't know this until the big reveal, which turns her from a passive person into one who will lay down her life for a cause. Okay, so by the end of the film, we agree with the film that the government, people shouldn't be afraid of the governments. The government should be afraid of the people. And we're almost willing to go out and put on a Guy Fawkes mask to express that. Am I making sense? It is a brilliant film, but at the same time, you have to recognize it as a brilliant piece of propaganda. It's fantastic.
Yes.
But
I agree.
If you don't catch that last scene, and then
I agree,
you don't, that's the film within the film and the layer below the layers, and of course, yes, costing the brothers their genitalia. Well,
by the way, I highly suspect that Natalie Portman has been the usual route to become famous in Hollywood of giving herself up to abuse as a young teen actress.
Well, remember I think I don't know if this was her first film. I think it was put out many months ago about in Luc Besson's 1992 or three ish, The Professional with Jean Reno as a professional hitman, and her Natalie Portman's family gets killed. She's the lone survivor, and then she impresses him to train her how to become a hitman, in part.
Hit woman.
Hitwoman. Hitwomanette. Hit personette. But then of course there's their relationship. She's almost trying to sexualize it. Well, he's not. So it's subtle, but it's anyway.
Cool. And then in a follow-on appearance in Heat, she's a teenager who tries to kill herself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of her father's constant rejection and lack of presence and lies.
Daddy Al Pacino.
Pacino.
Not to be confused with
stepdad. That would be stepdad.
Tropical
Right.
Thunder, Al Pacino.
That's right. Come on, everybody go gay once in a while. You say Lance? Oh, I said Nance. What?
So just come back to Tiger Woods for a second, because Johnny said that his father looks like invisible, and I found a interesting news. So his father, Earl died in 2006, right? And so the news says forgotten by Tiger Woods, dead buried in a market grave. So,
What?
Uh,
Buried in an unmarked grave?
yes. It's a nice area of the cemetery, but only way you would know is by looking at the cemetery map. Yeah, looks like he wants to forget his father. Then I continue reading this article here, and it says that so it's in the Tiger Woods mother biography. It says Earl's alleged womanizing ways, including infidelity and a house of horrors filled with sex toys and a bevy of women. So
Get the hell out. Shut the front door.
House of Horrors on quotes. Yeah.
Shut the front door. Put those in the chat. I'll grab them.
Yeah. I think it's
Hawkeye's got some too. Played porn 24/7. What a surprise.
have to cancel that. And put on the
Wow. And Tiger buried him in an unmarked grave.
yes.
Put them put those two links in the YouTube chat for the flying monkeys, and I'll grab them that way.
Okay. Just here.
House of Horrors.
Hmm.
Great job, Hawkeye.
See right there. Yeah. Right here.
Excellent. What a surprise.
Yeah.
Outstanding work.
So I think we solved why
Wow.
people don't talk about him, or
Why don't people talk about him?
And then, of course, I can't remember what year or the date, but remember, of course, the meltdown, very, very public meltdown and almost public disappearance of Tiger for quite some time.
I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
November 27th,
Mm.
2009.
Was some
2 days after Thanksgiving.
was some sex tape or what was the problem?
No, he was in a car accident. He ran into a golf club that his wife was holding in her hand.
Okay.
Hey, November 27th, you know whose birthday that is? Bruce Lee.
Bruce.
Get the hell.
Stop.
Oh my goodness.
November 27, 1940.
Go ahead.
There was this is just from memory. There was a domestic dispute between Tiger and his wife, and then during his driving away, he plowed into a bunch of vehicles. It's a motor vehicle accident, and that's when it exploded for him. That's what I remember. I'm getting an echo. Is that audio okay?
No, it's okay. For me, it's okay.
Yeah, anybody in the chat getting an echo? I think I heard a little bit of what you're talking about. I think we're okay. Yeah, let me mention real quick, Alex, before I forget his story. Alex got a great story on how like Instagram and TikTok are being used by porn actresses pretending to play video games. Apparently, you put videos of your playtime, and it's really ridiculous. I mean, it's very clearly nothing more than porn. And that's the new porn spam, is to have these clips of these porn queens on this TikTok and Instagram pretending to play video games, and meanwhile the only purpose is to reroute you. Robert says everybody else's audio is low. Mine is clear, but everybody else's audio is low. Maybe check Doc Hawkeye's audio. Put that up to 150.
Okay, yeah, Hawkeye is 186.
Okay. Luke says it sounds good here, so I don't.
Yeah, leave it then. Don't crank it to 200. You're going to get feedback.
Okay.
I'm not. Yeah, because I'm trying to. I'm social. I'm not.
Yes, definitely. Please social distance with your microphone. Proper social distance with your microphone. And Luke says audio sounds good, so Robert could be on your end.
So it started.
Yeah, Carl. That's the way I remember it, guys. He was driving because his wife was going to fucking kill him. She was going to wrap his golf clubs around his neck because she found out.
Yeah. So it started November 25th, right? That the National Enquirer published a story alleging his affair. November 27th, yeah, the SUV. Yeah.
Took 2 days. Took 2 days for her to see it. Took 2 days for her hairdresser to get it to her.
Yes.
And she's white, by the way, not surprisingly.
And at that time, Woods was 33.
She's 30.
Whose age?
Woods was 33 at that age.
Woods was 33.
Yeah. Great time for a breakdown.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex adds. So, Alex, this is how typical is this? Good for you, Alex. Gamers sued Twitch because of the porn. Gamers sued Twitch because of the porn, and a judge in the People's Republic of Mexaponia said, no, the porn can stay. The porn spam that has no place, that's actually being disguised. It's not even, it's deception. It's porn spam by deception. Let me guess, this is a female judge? Anyway. Yep, makes perfect sense. Wow. Wow. Who the hell is Earl Woods to be landing a spot on the Michael Douglas show?
Woods.
Who the hell is Earl Woods? This what the hell is Earl Woods? And I wanted to get a shot. I wanted to see what this what that medallion was that he was wearing on the show.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't see it though.
Yeah, the quality is very poor.
Yeah, Earl Woods played porn 24/7. And had a House of Horrors porn room.
Yes.
And is buried in an unmarked grave that Tiger pissed on right before they
Send him off. Yeah, send him away.
buried him with some dirty toilet paper. So Tiger was not that fond of his daddy.
Yes.
Wow.
This is
Outstanding. All right, what else?
where we go for now.
Where?
From where?
This is a short path to a dead end. But I found it fascinating. Remember, this is for me. I haven't been able to dig into it, but I found it interesting that Guy Fawkes' character, or V in V for Vendetta, he's listed as number 5 or V, Roman numeral V, and we have this crossover to the Bourne series. It's subtle in a way, but you have the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner, or as we know him as Hawkeye as well. He's patient, or known as V. I think he's referred to as 5, but there's something similar. And plus, his enhancements, his physical and psycho or intellectual enhancements, come from taking blue and green pills, and there's a story behind that. But Fort Dietrich is mentioned in the film. I haven't done further research onto that, but it's interesting. Certain information. Anyway, I just thought I wanted to add that while we're talking about V for Vendetta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's also known as Aaron. That's the character name, but known as number 5.
Oh, the only Bourne movie that I could actually watch. I actually bought that one because of that. The only Bourne movie I could actually watch.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Also, V is a phallic symbol, right? It's,
Is it phallic, or is it the inversions?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it is. It is
VJJ.
a symbol of lust and sex.
Because I remember when I was still asleep, I was watching some alternative media guy talking about how Churchill used this V symbol like for victory, but also for as a phallic symbol. Yeah, he made a connection with Churchill and Aleister Crowley. Remember? Okay.
Yeah, excellent. And they also put it. They trace it to. Is it the alpha? Yeah, the inverted V, which is
the capital Alpha, right? Yeah.
Is what is it in Greek? Is that what's the inverted V in Greek?
Have to the Greek letters here.
Lambda. That's the lambda. Oh, wait, what's we do a study on the lambda? The lambda is also they have used it in they use it a lot in military on military vehicles.
It's not on the shoulder as well, right? Because like those V's represent
the chevron.
Chevron.
Yeah. They for marking military vehicles. And I was in the military and I still don't know what the fuck that was all about.
Yeah.
Hang on. Use lambda on military Vehicles. Desert Storm. One S.
Lem-
Yeah, tracing back to uh, Greek homosexual warriors. That was the purpose. That was the connection.
Oh.
Yeah, so great job, Alex, on that story. The judgette. So this is what a story. Twitch was in violation of their terms of service by allowing the porn spam. It was sued by Twitch users, and the judgette sided with the porn spam, saying that it was okay for Twitch to violate their own terms of service. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Talk about corruption.
Twitch. Twitch is the equivalent of YouTube, right, for gamers, right? So
Right.
there's definitely control. Like if he's a popular and yeah. hmm
Yeah, so it's not clearly evidenced, but that's my guess, is to use the Greek lambda, the inverted V, to connect to the homosexual super warriors, the hoplites, the Spartans, and can be traced back to, which is the 6-pointed star, which is the conjoining of two private parts.
Yeah, from here, see from yeah. Let me show you. So
Right?
in 1970, the Gay Activist Alliance chose the Greek letter lambda as their symbol. Because a flag with a lambda on it was carried by a regiment of Greek warriors who are accompanied into battle by their younger male lovers. Yeah.
There, I was just a best guess, and boom, home run. Put the link in the chat.
Yeah.
Home run. Home run. Because that's the ultimate warrior. You want to be an ultimate warrior, you got to bugger your buddy. Bugger your battle buddy. That's what you need to do as the ultimate warrior. Bugger your battle buddy.
You get a connection.
Like the Greeks did.
Yeah.
Bingo.
You have
Bingo.
the pink inverted triangle. The pink triangle. Right?
There you go.
The black triangle.
Gay men forced to wear pink triangles in concentration camps.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Jesuits had nothing to do with that too.
The black triangle was the lesbians. Yeah.
Wow.
Like
I said, there's no telling where the hell we're going to go with our topic. There's no telling.
Right. We talk 5 minutes on the election here. The selection.
Really, I mean, what's good to keep in mind is the elections are it's all thoroughly rigged, folks. It's all thoroughly rigged.
Right.
And you brought up the point that it's no surprise they've dragged it into the 5th of November as well.
Yes. Drag it out on purpose through to remember the 5th of November. Alex says he was forced to leave Twitch because of the porn spam. As a regular gamer, forced to leave Twitch because of the porn spam. Carl, this is an interesting point. Colonel Potter makes this point. This system, Rome is a parasite to the system. If Rome, if she kills the host, she kills herself. The only reason to do that is if she knows she's going to die, so she's going to take the host with her. And unfortunately for her, the ultimate chess master in the sky gets a vote because it's his game.
That's the only vote that matters.
That's the only vote that matters.
Yeah.
That's the only vote that matters. I wish I knew now what I knew in years past, as I allowed them to froth me up over, renegade nuke. You guys remember the bullshit about the missing nukes that the Alex Jones clowns covered,
Yes.
and there was a
Yes.
near miss. There was they stole a nuke and they were going to set it off and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I remember.
I massive. Go ahead.
It's
Go
funny
ahead.
you mentioned Alex Jones. I was thinking about him these days because like looking at myself, like I was looking like feel interesting how I shift like before when I went to look into the conservatar news. I would listen to him, right? And now I'm listening to Catholics like church militant. Like looks like they took the void of Alex Jones, at least for me on YouTube. So it's like the phony right goes more Catholic than before. Then
Well, that's an interesting contrast. I would say yes. It is more entertaining and more instructive. Absolutely, I give the militants
and you look at
props over Alex Jones. Go ahead.
you look at his studios like and his video quality 3 years ago, and you look at now, even he's covering the election like live and like looks so professional and yeah, I'm sure they're yeah he
Good for you. Listen. I think Michael Voris is a very tragic figure. Michael Voris is a very tragic figure. Mark, you're too funny, Mark. Rome laughs at us while delaying the agony for those so far up the arse of this system.
yeah
Michael Voris is a very tragic figure. And the best thing that could happen to him is he walks away from the Queen of Heaven and goes all in for Jesus Christ.
yes
On one level, he's really close, and on another level, he's very far away.
far yeah. He's a likable character.
He is a likable guy.
Yeah.
He is a likable guy. It's great to listen to him until he starts attacking me.
So, yeah.
Protestant this and Protestant that. And,
You're calling the lies and falsehoods.
yeah, I'm caught up in his lies and falsehood. I'm going around.
The vortex there.
I'm caught up in the vortex. I can't tell you.
And, yeah. Yeah, Rome is a final beast. Rome is a is a
There we go. Yeah, vote for Trump. Yeah. Yeah, no, and honestly, so this begs the question that we've asked this question again and again. How much? Now I'm getting echo. How much is Michael Voris controlled opposition versus picked opposition versus? I don't know.
yes. Yeah.
Is he knowingly, willingly trying to deceive? I think that's the most important question.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Yeah.
I think that brings up another brilliant point that's been made many times about the carrot and the stick, and that just as Philippe, I've not seen. I'm sorry to say any of his material, but knowing production value alone. Obviously, there's funds coming from somewhere, or whether it's
Hey, Hawk,
one place or yes. Go ahead.
pause for a second. Doc, I think the echo is coming from you.
No, let me mute for a.
Yeah, mute for just a second and let Hawkeye finish his thought. Yeah, it's coming from you, Doc. All right, Hawkeye, finish.
Doc. Okay. Yeah. It just production value alone. When you see other channels, and it's hey, we do what we can with what we have. Sometimes our audio is not so good. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's spot on.
Imagine Did we talk about this? We did. Imagine what we could do with Eric Prince millions donated to us instead of James Edward O'Keefe #3 and his Veritas project. Imagine what we could do with the millions of donations that a James Edward O'Keefe pulling down 400 bills. No, a bill is a bill 100. $400,000 a year. When somebody says a bill, what are you talking about? Are you talking about 1,000 or 100? A bill is slang for 1,000, right? $400,000 a year. For what? Independent journalism? Are you kidding me? James Edward O'Keefe #3. $400,000 a year. And his biggest scoop is that what's her name, female Catholic reporterette that was donated to him. Is that what he was using all of his money for? We talked about that. Her and her high-profile actor hubby. Shoe. Imagine what we could do with that kind of money.
Well, just Greg alone, right? With his.
Oh my God! I would send thousands just to Greg. Greg would blow. There'd be a massive mushroom cloud in Italy of creative.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they'll definitely come after, after you, after us, right? If we have that kind of power.
That end game for sure. We get that kind of money. It's end game for sure.
Yes.
We create a Johnny headquarters.
Johnny.
Bring everybody in. Start working full time.
Pennsylvania or a nicer place?
Yeah. Hey, listen. If it works for who is that Turkish terrorist?
Turkish terrorist.
If it works for Fethullah Gulen, if he can have his own terrorist training camp, then Johnny can have his own Waco camp. We'll have our own compound in Pennsylvania, the way Fethullah Gulen has his. Of course, the FBI protects him and won't be protecting us.
Yeah, that's true.
Bring everybody in, put you on a payroll.
Should rely on private protection.
Yeah. We'd have Blackwater. We'd have Academy patrolling force. I don't know that we could trust them, but we definitely wouldn't be good for their resume if they failed us. So
Yes.
we'd have to hire a Protestant Blackwater. I don't know if there is such a thing. We have to make a Protestant Blackwater. It'd be end game for sure.
Yes.
By the way, your book is signed. We'll send it out to you shortly.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So is there anything? Oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead. I was just going to ask. Is there any? What do you say to somebody who believes? Okay, it could be a jump to those that hear that votes don't matter. Do votes matter? I don't know if that's something to touch upon in the slightest, or there are people that are so invested in this narrative that, if you didn't go out and vote, you're just like you don't wear a mask. You're a moral reprobate, or you're abdicating responsibility, or you're the cause of the problem if you don't go out and give your say.
Hmm.
Do we need to address that at all?
Yeah,
or?
sure. So what do we say to something like that?
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Real
To me, you're the best.
Thank
The
you. Yeah,
latest.
we'll do it. Yeah, Mark. 6 figures is just the beginning, brother. I'm thinking 7 figures with what we're undertaking. My brother Mark in the chat there. Okay, so someone says to me that I'm abhorrent because I didn't vote. My not voting was a vote for pedophile B. So I would say, okay, let me address the reptilian trumpettes. So you're so excited about all the great things that Donald Trump has done, such as
build build a wall. Uh,
go ahead, start rattling off. Rattling off. Oh, we can say Merry Christmas again.
mhm.
We can say Merry Christmas again.
Mm.
Well, that's worth another 4 years right there. I'd vote for Donald Trump just for that accomplishment right there.
Yeah.
How many illegals has Donald Trump? He has ripped their crying babies from their mommy's heads.
But he said Jesus Christ is boss recently.
Well, there we go.
That wipes it clean. Makes everything okay.
Doc's got that. That's a Hispanic website. I voted 5 times. Oh, sorry, 5 reasons to vote. I thought it said I voted 5 times.
Five reasons to vote 5 times.
5 reasons to vote 5 times. En español, por favor. 5. 5 reasons. Oh, look, those little kids all voted too.
Yeah. 5 times.
Like on a slot machine. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Vote again, vote again, vote again. 5 reasons to vote 5 times. Para español. Let's dos. It's not funny. All the fucking border states are all in for Biden.
That's true. Yeah.
All the border states. And by the way, Pennsylvania's a border state. Swimming in the fucking illegals here.
Yeah. So, do you think they tell this pedophile B and pedophile D who is going
All
to
right. So
win
yes,
in
let me
advance?
finish.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Doc. Hold your thought. Let me finish Hawkeye's query. So I have to answer why I didn't vote. Okay. So not only do we have a complete and total. Wait. I take that back. There is a massive, tremendous accomplishment on Donald Trump. Donald Trump has installed more Jesuit-trained Goldman Sachs Roman Catholics than any other previous president. Just look at the Supreme Court.
No. The
Protestant patriot Donald Trump has just blown up the Supreme Court for Rome. Absolutely worth another 4 years right there.
But
I would also reference Hawkeye. I would get into some of this really disturbing information on, Trump and Epstein, Clinton and Epstein, Hunter Biden's meltdown being indicative of sex trauma himself, Trump and his own daughter.
I think that one problem is like the kind of people who ask this question to you, like why you didn't vote, is the same people that will say Trump installed the most number of Christians in government.
Yes, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. He installed Christians onto the Supreme Court.
Hmm.
Just like Christians burned other Christians at the stake. It's just semantics. Catholic, Christian, same thing. Christians like to burn a lot of Christians at the stake because the Christians were being too Christian. It gets kind of confusing when you keep calling these Catholic Christians.
Christians, yeah, because they see the battle as Christians against atheists, which is the Democrats, right? And the Christians are the Republicans, and we need all the help we can get. I think, right? Catholics, evangelicals should all unite.
And then you
Oh
have
my goodness. So flying monkey Nicole stopped in. She gives great information on sends me information on Facebook. We're connected there, and she says in the chat, in Australia, if you don't vote, you get fined.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah, in Brazil, yeah, it's compulsory as well, but you don't get fined, but you can't do a bunch of things. Yeah, if you don't
Ah,
vote. Yeah.
yeah. That's just like the scam they're putting with medical marijuana.
Hmm.
So yeah, they're legalizing marijuana in some states, but it's not legal. Check this out. Marijuana is legal at your state level, but it's still illegal at the national level. How is that even possible? So therefore, you now lose things like your concealed carry permit because you're breaking federal law. How about that for a screw job? How about that for a screw job? They legalize at the state level, and then you lose your rights, your whatever, several rights because of that screw job.
Yes.
So Luke says Archbishop Mary Vigano wants everybody to vote too.
Yeah.
Absolutely, vote for Trump. A vote for Trump is a vote for pedophilia, and a vote for Biden is a vote for pedophilia. So vote.
and spiritual advisor to Donald Trump, White. So Business Insider says there's a video. Paula White speaks in tongues to cure Trump's reelection.
I'll bet she does. I'll bet she does. This is isn't this Benny Hinn's mistress?
Yes, Paula White. Yeah, they had a
Isn't that Benny Hinn's mistress?
getaway affair in Rome, right? With
Getaway affair in Rome.
with Benny Hinn. Yeah.
Yes. Boy, what a sexy machine Benny Hinn is. I would just melt if I was a chick next to Benny Hinn. What a sex machine he is. Totally understandable, Paula White. And she was abused by her family. Wasn't she abused by her father?
Yes. Yes.
Makes perfect sense that she would be this evangelicalina.
Then later Benny Hinn attended mass, right, with Newt Gingrich, and
Benny Hinn was at a papal mass with Lizard Gingrich. Because Callisto was in the choir, in the papal choir.
Wearing his his black Jesuitical.
Yeah, his black Jesuit cassock there.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
yes.
Makes perfect sense. We did an article on that, Doc. See if you can find it. Benny Hinn, Paula White, Donald
Yes.
Trump.
Yes. Yeah. Johnny Cirucci, Benny Hinn.
Not coming. For some reason, it doesn't want to come up on Yesugo. Oh, interesting.
I found here.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
What a surprise. Oh, my goodness. It is people. There's definitely some kind of creepy ass spiritual mind control torture shit going on. What the hell does Paula White see in Benny Hinn? Definitely some kind of creepy sex trauma mind control shit going on for sure.
His
Good job.
His powers, right? I think.
He has powers. He used his Jedi trick on her. You will have sex with me. Wave his hand. He threw his jacket at her face. You will have sex with me. Oh, there's the
Yeah, stop there, but
other fox again.
and next would be him, mass, I think. Yeah.
There it is. It looks like he's asleep in mass. That's all right. I used to sleep in mass all the time too. It does get pretty boring. It does get pretty boring. It's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff.
White here.
All right.
I noticed in well, Doc was scrolling down in your article. Yeah, is it the Orsini or the Farnese? The Farnese building.
Ah, yeah, Pentagon, right?
Yeah, the pentagon being mirrored, and but the foundation stone, the date was that a September 11th date, Johnny?
Yeah, the foundation was laid for the pentagram on September 11th, 1941, just a few months before 9/11. I mean, Pearl Harbor, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came across.
It was the architect was a devout Roman Catholic. What's his name again? Hang on. Oh, Catholic architect.
Was Lang Fan? No, that's
Yeah, L'Enfant was the back in.
Ah, yeah, I'm confused with that. That was way back.
No, generations later.
Hmm.
Hang on.
You still looking?
Yeah, it'll come up. Hold on. Oh.
Pentagon.
Let's see here.
You're looking for the Pentagon architect?
Yeah.
Come up with George Bergstrom,
Nah.
David Whitmer. No.
Eric would know.
Girolamo Reynaldi.
Girolamo Rinaldi. Really?
Girolamo. Let's see here. Oh no. So,
George. Is that just George Girolamo, George Bergstrom?
yeah, I come up Pentagon architect. I came up with this name.
Interesting.
So I found a connection. I found a. Can I jump in?
Sure.
I found a connection back to so it involves back to the Frasier the series. So there's this connection between September 27th as well. I don't know if this is talked about in previous briefs, but about special date to the Great Harlot, Stella Maris, which is there's a link to Our Lady Star of the Sea, which is so the Roman Catholic Church honors Our Lady Star of the Sea with the feast day of September 27th. And then I made a comment on the only place I've ever heard the name or word Maris used is in a show that I've never watched. It's from clips in your articles, Johnny. And so you have this character Maris Crane, and which is Niles Crane's first wife. And then I've got this. So Maris is introduced off screen as Niles Crane's first wife, although later in the series. This is so a character the viewers never see the character, but are inclined to create their own image of her form, especially using the vivid explanations given by anyone who has met her, above all her husband. The true source of Maris's family fortune is only discovered by Niles during divorce proceedings. And then Frasier's 100th episode, known as the 1000th show, it is it filmed in Seattle. It's the Frasier show marks its 1000th broadcast. Its celebration, the Seattle Mail declares Frasier Crane Day, which is September 11th, 1997. And then you remember, Johnny, you covered one of your articles about Frasier, about David Engel was on American Airlines Flight 11 with his wife on that morning when the plane flew into.
And don't forget, there's the creepy murder angle. Wasn't Niles was the last name of? Oh my goodness! Hang on.
Is it in your article?
Yeah, should be in there.
Miles. Yeah.
Not Niles, Niles.
Ah,
Yeah,
Niles. Niles. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Fraser.
Yeah, killed his
has-
father. Killed his father.
Mm,
Frank, right? Arthur Niles.
Arthur Niles.
Arthur Niles set fire to Frank Grammer's car outside their St. Thomas home. And when he came outside, Arthur Niles murdered him. So Kelsey Grammer says the word Niles like 20 times an episode.
Mm.
You don't think that had an effect on him, do you?
Yeah.
On purpose? You bet. Mind control. You bet.
Mind control. Yeah.
What Niles? Niles is the first name of this character? What?
yeah, and his brother, right?
Yes.
Notable character.
Yeah. That he has to address the 20 times a show. But 40 times for practice.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he does that, he says the name of his father's murderer.
Nice.
April 25th, 1968. Interesting. What else? And sister, right? Sister raped and killed? Isn't that true? Yes. Isn't that true? Kelsey Grammer?
Kelsey Grammer.
Yes. Sister was raped and murdered, right?
Sister. Karen Grammer or Betty? Let's see.
Yeah. How about that? Father and sister both murdered.
But your article covers that you make a point. 7 years later, his sister was kidnapped, gang raped for 4 hours, stabbed, left for dead, bled, and crying out or trying to get help. Anyway, that's wow. Okay.
Karen Grammer.
Wow. Coincidence.
Yeah, just a coincidence. So we bring it back to Guy Fawkes. Guy Fawkes.
This is why I don't create a thumb before the show.
Karen's.
Now I need to look up this clown, this architect, this Jesuit trained Catholic architect.
Yeah.
And I have just too many freaking files. I've got a massive amount of information, too much information.
Maybe using court sooner.
Yeah, Windows is very helpful for me. Finding stuff. Oh, I just have to ask Eric. I know he's got it on the tip of his tongue. I mean, he's brings this individual up all the time. All right. So where are we at?
So I think you fully answer Hawkeye's question on like.
I don't know. Hawkeye, do you think I've given enough information to wake?
Mm.
No? Not convinced? Dick. Fuck, go vote then.
Go fuck.
Go vote. It's on par with an indulgence. It makes you feel
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he did something positive.
I was going to ask like if they already let the pedophiles B&D know the outcome before, or they'll play on their comp- like uh, like they still don't know who's gonna be the one, like, and they play on their being competitive for just like getting to the office, right? Also, um, um, cause yeah, I don't know if like 100% is fake, right? If they know the result way ahead,
You
or
know, let me tell you something. I would do that. I would also go in with, okay, so you want me to vote in the election so that we can have the right puppet leading us through the coronavirus. So you really think that the coronavirus is a massive pandemic that is killing thousands upon thousands of us, right?
mm,
There's not a citizen anywhere that believes that it is anywhere as bad as these corrupt the crap piece of shit politicians are making it.
mm, yeah, hmm
Yeah.
it's
So, by the way, Luke is mentioning what they really both Fox and Garnett were viciously, brutally tortured and killed. Viciously, brutally tortured and killed. So remember, folks, it
mm,
was the Jesuits that turned them in for that.
mm,
It was the Jesuits that turned in their own to be viciously, brutally tortured and executed.
uh,
That's what you get for
uh,
being on the horse team.
But and then the part of the point of that was to garner sympathy. Catholics in
Hey,
supposed
worth it.
Protestant.
mhm,
Worth it. We're gonna cut your skin off and pull your arms and legs out. But you know what?
mhm.
It's gonna be for the greatest good of the Vatican. Are you up for that? You
Uh,
cool with that?
I think they are. I think each Jesuit they are broke already, right? By the 14 years of training and spiritual exercise, so they're
Sure.
they're really just a stick on a old man's hand. They can turn them whatever, yeah, his will is. Yeah.
You're gonna get the steak
Mm. Yeah.
right up their bottom. Because the British learned how to be good inquisitors because Britain was a devoutly Roman Catholic country for the longest time.
Mhm.
That's where all that shit comes from. All that unbelievably heinous torture comes from back when Britain was a devout Catholic country.
Yes. So the Dominicans started, right? Then the Jesuits pick it up, right? The Inquisition,
That's right. Yeah, take it
and
from the Dominican and give it
and
to the
then
Jesuits.
in the Jesuits Inquisition not only um, destroy your body but also your mind.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Was there also not a psyop, but another layer to the break, the Henry break in 15? I don't know that it's 1534 where the Anglican Church support like got its beginning or that did its break from Rome, and that had to do with Henry couldn't get his marriage annulled. The Pope wouldn't give him the blessing.
Yeah. So yes, absolutely. From Catherine of Aragon, a devout Roman Catholic, and boy, it was a Medici Pope. Uh, was it Giovanni? It was a Medici Pope. It was a Medici Pope that refused to allow him to, because man, um, the Aragons, that very, very loyal servants of Rome, happy to just murder, slaughter, torture the Protestants of Spain and Europe. Definitely don't want to piss them off. Catherine's not giving you any sons. That's tough shit, Henry. So what do? He just created a miniature Church of England. Let's not forget, it was Henry and his counselor, the great Thomas More, who betrayed William Tyndale, one of the greatest Christians of his day, to bring him back and burn him. And Nicholas believes he was burned alive. He was sentenced to be strangled first, then burned. And Nicholas has evidence that he was only partially strangled to make sure to maximize his torture.
Just okay, I've seen. I don't know the source, but I had seen something that strangled and then impaled and then burned. Have you come across anything like that? With William Tyndale, how he met his end?
Not tracking that. It's possible.
Okay.
I'll have to dig up my history books again.
Yeah, I've seen the strangled but left alive and then burned.
Yeah, that's information. I believe that Nicholas has evidence that he was, like I said, only partially strangled, so that he remained alive when they burned him. Because that's how good Catholics roll. He was.
This might be. Go ahead. This might be interesting. So Pope Clement VII, Giuliano de' Medici, has a death day of September 25th, 1534.
Shut up! Don't say anything else. I will say this: Giuliano de' Medici. Yeah, this is interesting. This is Giuliano de' Medici. Let's see. He was the son of Lorenzo's brother, who was murdered when they tried to get Lorenzo. And Lorenzo brought him into his household, and surprise, surprise, he ascended the papacy. Died. Let's see here. Are you saying Giuliano died? Because
Giuliano de' Medici.
Yeah. Pope Clement VII, so born Giulio de Giuliano de' Medici.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong.
Stabbed 19 times. Fell in a knife 19 times.
He fell on a knife 14 times.
19
times. He fell on a knife 19 times. Oh, died on September 25th. Oh, what a bitch that is. Oh my goodness.
So it's not just a Christopher Reeve, Luke Skywalker day.
Will Smith.
Will Smith Day. It's a Pope
Will Smith.
Death Day. Yeah.
Cheryl Teagues. And is Heather Locklear the other one? There's another one. Michael Douglas. Oh my goodness. All right, 4 o'clock. See that? We stayed on topic.
Yes.
Stayed on topic.
Let's talk about the election. Okay, Tiger Woods.
I pull up the list.
Where's George?
Didn't need him. We didn't need George. We were all over the place without him. I don't know where he's at, but
thanks, George. Thanks.
Just pull up the latest results.
Oh my goodness! Whatever.
So.
Yeah, they still have pedophile B. I'm telling you, man.
But they'll choose pedophile B, right? I think I don't know.
They still got pedophile B. And supposedly winning.
Remember, and the same thing 4 years ago, I think it showed in the supposed polls that Hillary Clinton was ahead. I don't remember the numbers, but you have this neck and neck race, and she was ahead, and then Trump takes.
Same thing for Al Gore.
Okay.
Al Gore and Little Bush.
Yeah. Gore was already celebrating in Florida, I think it was, and
That went to the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah. The Supreme Court said no Bush, no Al Gore, no Al Gore. Bush,
Bush.
Bush win. Bush, send him to the fucking island. Hey, them fucking limeys on there fighting over the fucking island. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we had a core Cirucci team brief. We had a throwback Cirucci team brief,
Yes.
an original Cirucci team brief.
at the same time, I would say the Graham and you.
Graham, bro. Yeah, Graham. We got to bring Graham in for a core team brief.
When I first started listening, that's when Graham was here. It was I caught a minute of when did he joined you on November 1st, I think it was.
Oh.
Reformation Day, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
We call him Hawkeye for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Graham.
At the same time, I hope that never becomes I get annoyed, but it just
No, what are you kidding me? Throw this stuff out. But I got to take notes now for my own friggin' stream. 'Cause all this shit we got.
First. Yeah.
Oh, whatever. All right.
Guess
Well,
have,
let's.
Any final remarks?
Just for people to remember, this is all pre-planned. They are playing with yous.
Yeah.
It's a game. It is a big game. They know exactly what they're going to do. They know exactly which pedophile puppet they're going to install. They know exactly which way they're going to yank that pedophile puppet.
Right. So if we see pedophile B, we can expect more corona hoax restrictions, right?
I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
Although pedophile A made it, pedophile D for Drumpf.
Mm-hmm.
It was pedophile D that made the corona hoax outrage possible in the first place.
That's true.
He served his purpose.
So prepare the terrain for pedophile
Prepare.
B. Yeah.
You usher it in with pedophile D, and then you ratchet it up with pedophile B.
And point out what you mentioned before about how many Jesuit trained or Roman Catholic, whether it's the Supreme Court or however many he surrounded himself with. It's been interesting laying the terrain, right? Prepare whether that is prepared for Biden, and then for Biden to take over. But my concern, I don't know if we're wrapping up, but yeah, it does has to do with what kind of unrest is going to happen? Are we going to see riots or rioting in response? Because now you have people are so divided and so emotional. And of course, here's a time. How do we not be emotional? How can people actually step back? But how many people though are so invested in the narrative? They are emotional about it. This is like a life and death situation, and will literally turn on their neighbor as a result. All right.
Yeah, well, the only way to do that is to let them know that they're doing exactly what these evil people running the show want them to. When they have they've been pulling checkpoints in Wales, promising to yank people off their Christmas, not the Thanksgiving dinner. They're already looking to December. They're looking to Corona outrages into December, promising to pull people off of their Christmas, pulling families from their Christmas meals. Because they're not social distancing with the turkey and the ham.
Yeah, I think our own health authority, Theresa Tam in Canada, is already saying further into 2021.
Let's milk this. Absolutely amazing how you could have a complete hoax of a scamdemic and milk the shit out of it across years. Yeah. Unbelievable.
I'm hearing of COVID-21, right? Is that...
Yes. COVID-21. I've seen that. COVID-21.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Right. And So I
What
think pedophile B gonna
would facilitate that? Sure,
hatch it up
pedophile B would
and then
facilitate.
provoke pedophile D supporters to rebel against the new restrictions. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
More chaos.
mhm,
Absolutely. Pedophile B will bring in more chaos,
yeah,
and that's what we want.
yeah, because we need order out of the chaos.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. Like,
good.
powerful. The goal being unseating the whore, the great harlot that rides the beast, riding the United States, and the goal is, yes, unseating her.
Hmm.
Because what is promised that the beast will do? Will burn her with fire and eat her flesh.
You bet. It's coming.
Hmm.
It's coming. It's going to be. They're too smart for themselves. Too smart, playing the game too well,
Hmm.
and ultimately, Hawkeye, just like in my now new favorite movie Ragnarok, it is Surtur that betrays Queen Hela and does her in. Satan himself is going to pull the rug out from underneath his own harlot.
How about I'll add to that? I just learned Henrietta Lacks' connection to October 4th and her contribution, her cellular contribution to science, and all, like, potentially all her cells, her cancer cells are in all vaccines. So you have, remember, in which her cells were renamed Hela cells. Okay, and remember, she died. I believe her death date is October 4th, which is, remember, the feast day of Francis of Assisi. And there's a couple other people's names attached to that too. But that's when I looked that up briefly. Or Surtur, remember, he drives his sword into Asgard and right through Hela before the planet explodes,
Hmm.
and Ragnarok happens. So there you go. That the system is going to burn. It's good. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's a rotten system,
Mm-hmm.
Is the
and
umbrella
it needs
will be closed
the
from
umbrella
inside.
comes gonna close from the inside, and just like Danny Glover said, I'm gonna burn it all down.
Yes.
Glad to do it. Have faith, particularly if you're a Christian.
Hmm.
Particularly if you're a Christian.
Uh,
Have faith. Number one, you'll be protected, and number two, it's just so much better once it's
uh,
done.
uh, what's the new saying? Like, vengeance is the Lord, but he likes to
He does like to subcontract,
subcontract.
and
Yeah.
and we are the spiritual Blackwater.
Uh-huh.
Lock and load, baby.
Yes.
We are the spiritual Blackwater.
Mhm.
Let me also mention we talked about Tim Tebow. Let me wrap all this up. Just in February of this year, Tim shook the hand of Dirty War Jorge. They are using the shit out of him with some kind of charity, something or other that he's the poster child for.
Yeah. He's working closely with the Legionaries of Christ, Marco
Are
Maciel.
you kidding me?
I think I sent you an email today about.
Are you kidding me?
Let's see. Team Tebow, Legionaries.
Is that the one I got from you? Let's see here. No, I got something different from Ron, Flying Monkey Ron. Are the Legionnaires in that one?
Yes.
The
Uh,
Legionnaires are in that article that I sent you back.
yeah.
How did I miss that? Martial Maciel's pedophile Legionnaires working with Tim Tebow.
Hmm. Yeah. He had a was what? Uh,
Wow.
yeah. Team Tebow Foundation at the European University of Rome, run by the Legionaries of Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of a party. It was a charity ball or something.
Wow. How disturbing. I would say it's too bad his wife is South African. It's too bad she's not an
Uh,
Adventist.
the thing that disturbed me most is this about children with disabilities, and we know the preference of these pedophiles
Oh
with them.
my goodness. Wow. Deeply, deeply disturbing.
Hmm.
Deeply disturbing.
Yeah.
The best we can hope is that he is thoroughly ignorant, naive, and being used.
Yes.
The
Things.
best we can hope.
I know this is backing up a little bit. I just briefly looked. I think it was sorry, I'm not sure who sent. I think it was from the Colonel Cecil. It was Robert Cecil. Does that name ring a bell for the gunpowder plot?
Yeah, that came up.
Okay,
Was that the name you were looking for?
I believe so.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a at the same time. So much information. There's a lot of names. The plot. Obviously, it's something to continue to look into. It is fascinating, of course. In that time in history, we have the age of exploration. The supposed Renaissance. You have the not discovery, but you have the
So
you have this explosion of Jesuit missionaries, flat Earth, going east, north, south, east, west, and even Canada. You know what would become Canada, and then of course this interaction between what would become the U.S. and Canada relations. And anyway, crazy time in history, but the context, 1605, is just yeah. Anyway,
Very important.
but I'll point you to the 1611 King James.
Yep. You know,
Anyway.
Doc still got this the Tebow article up. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the Baptists who were used as cover for child trafficking out of Haiti.
mm. Oh, yes, good.
Oh, and
Remember that?
I remember.
Sylvie Gaylor, whatever her name was, too.
Yes.
that's where Edgar Madison. Who
Yeah, Edgar Madison Welch, the magic bullet, the Arlen Specter magic bullet, the single magic bullet from his AR-15 deadly assault rifle that went into the hard drive of Elephantitis' ping pong pizza there.
storms the place and he
Storms the place, shoots off a single magic bullet
from
that he got from Arlen Specter, and it goes right into the computer's hard drive. Hate when that happens.
Yeah, the magic bullet.
Oh, he got a special magic bullet from Arlen Specter. Put it in his deadly AR-15 assault rifle.
I remember the guy, the shooter of Las Vegas, who fired like 1,000.
Fired 1,000 rounds from his bump gun. There's a bump stock gun.
I-
I gotta pull up my old bump stock theme music. I gotta bring that back up again. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
yeah.
All right, well, on that happy note. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, okay, I agree with you. And listen, I close it up. I'm looking at the chat, guys. I hope that Tim Tebow is nothing more than just an oblivious Christian pawn. Listen, guys, if you are an oblivious Christian, what have we been saying? Doc, you mentioned this. You sent an email on this not too long ago. These frauds, these Jesuits that say, just preach the love of Jesus, forget about this Antichrist stuff.
Yeah.
Do you see how powerful that is?
Yeah.
When you don't teach Christ and Antichrist together. You see how... Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, they call this article called Tebow a Protestant, but I think to be a Protestant, you have two pillars, right? Who is Christ and who is the Antichrist. If you lose
There you go.
either of one, you're not a Protestant anymore. Yeah.
A fleeced Christian is the best thing you could say. A fleeced Christian,
Yes. Well, not a Protestant.
not a Protestant. No idea what that even means. He has no clue what that word even means.
And I think I'm not sure what recent show that Johnny brought up about a great point about, sure, our faiths may divide us, we may disagree on certain things, and yes, leading to division. But what can unite us is the one that oppresses us all, which is Rome. Once you learn that should be unite. That's what
you just answered your own question.
Yeah.
You just answered your own query, buddy. You answered your own query. Why didn't you vote? Why didn't I vote? Let's talk for a minute. Let's talk about fluoride. Let's talk about chemtrails. Let's talk about vaccine. Let's talk about the average buying power of the family post the Federal Reserve. Let's talk about wide open borders and who that really serves. So the best way to wake somebody up about how stupid and ridiculous elections are is to convince them that they're in any danger in the first place. How about that?
Yes.
How about that? And then while you're at it, you introduce them to the words false flag.
Yeah.
Qui bono. Who benefits?
Yeah, you always have to find for an entrance, right? That whatever topic they bring up, you can find a way to.
Giving the red pill is just like evangelizing. Giving the red pill is just like evangelizing. You really got to wait for your opening.
Yeah, opening.
You got to wait for your opening. You wait for someone to Hawkeye. You wait for someone to say how ridiculous they think these corona restrictions are really getting. There's your opening. Have you heard of Anthony Fauci? Have you heard of the CDC? Do you know who Robert Redfield is? Do you know who founded the CDC?
Yeah.
There's your opening. You know who then known as Colonel Burks is? Let me tell you. Redfield, also with his military AIDS background. You ever heard of Plum Island? You ever heard of oh my goodness, Fort Detrick? You ever heard of Fort Detrick? You ever heard of why Maryland is called Maryland and why it's basically right there in the Capitol? You know why we call everything a Capitol? The same reason why we call everything cities, big enough to be governed by a Catholic bishop. Is that better, Hawkeye?
Two thumbs.
All right, thanks. Close on that.
Yeah, close on that.
Guys, well done.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, back at you. Back at you. Old time religion. We had some old time religion today.
Yes. Great show.
Good job, everybody.
Thanks, Doc, for hosting. Shout out to George, Eric.
Yeah,
Nicholas.
wherever they're at. Nicholas, I don't know what the hell Nicholas is doing.
Yeah, all the team.
Unless it's sundown
Oh,
in his area.
yes.
It started the Sabbath at sundown.
It's preparation.
Sundown went early.
Preparation day, that's right.
So far north at sundown all the time. Can't tell.
Preparing the.
And, you know, as far as I will say to my flying monkeys in the audience, listen, I would say I'm just going to scrap the regularly scheduled Fridays, and all of my streams are going to be impromptu from now on. I'm just going to wait until I need to. There's no reason, especially on the heels of Docs on Thursday. I'm just going to do impromptu streams. Let's thanks, David. Love you back. Let's do Nicholas on Monday at 11, Doc on Thursday at 2, both those Eastern Standard Time. And anything else is going to be impromptu. I will use Socialist Distance Networking, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as the e-blast. Go to johnnycirucci.com, lower right-hand corner of any page. Sign up for the e-blast. I will try and remember to send an e-blast notification every time I do an impromptu stream because for some reason, Yay Screw Tube just doesn't want to notify people when we're live. Especially now that I've been consigned to my channel 3, which gets 10% of the visibility of channel 2. So,
Okay, yeah.
Watto, you did not smart ass. So, Johnny, when's your next impromptu stream? Wise guy. You get Three Stooges, two fingers in the eyes for that. Bink. All right, guys. Love everybody.
Okay.
Love y'all. Love my flying monkeys. Love my teammates, my team members, my friends.
Sports fan.
And the sports fans. Hope we converted sports fans today.
Yes.
And as soon as Doc sends this, I will upload it to channel number 3.
Okay.
And my bitch oot. And see yous whenever.
Okay. Yeah. Take care. See you guys next time.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Hawk.
good night.
Thanks.
Great job today.
Okay.